The skies over the South China Sea are becoming increasingly crowded. This vital waterway, a crossroads for global trade, is also a theater of rising geopolitical tension. Nations bordering these waters are modernizing their militaries at an unprecedented rate. At the forefront of this arms race is the development of credible air power. The ability to control the airspace above these contested waters is now seen as indispensable for asserting sovereignty and protecting national interests. A capable air force can project power hundreds of miles from its shores, acting as a shield against aggression. The Philippine Air Force has placed its bets on the KAI FA-50PH Fighting Eagle. This aircraft is the centerpiece of its renewed air combat capability, developed by Korea Aerospace Industries. With technical assistance from Lockheed Martin, the FA-50 is a light combat aircraft derived from the T-50 Golden Eagle trainer. The PH designation signifies the variant tailored for the Philippines. It began life as a trainer. The FA-50 has been upgraded into a capable multi-role fighter. It represents a significant leap for the Philippine Air Force. The PAF had no supersonic jets for a decade after retiring its F-5 Freedom fighters. In stark contrast, China's PLAF fields a vast and diverse fleet. Its spearhead is arguably the Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon, China's first fifth-generation stealth fighter. When it comes to raw performance, the differences between these aircraft become immediately apparent. The Philippine FA-50PH Fighting Eagle is powered by a single General Electric F404 afterburning turbofan engine. This power plant pushes the FA-50PH to a maximum speed of approximately Mach 1.5, or 1.5 times the speed of sound. Its service ceiling is around 48,000 feet. As a smaller aircraft derived from a trainer, the FA-50 is known for its excellent handling and agility, particularly at lower and medium altitudes. It is a nimble fighter, capable of tight turns and rapid changes in direction, a tricky opponent in a close-range dogfight. The Chinese J-20 Mighty Dragon operates in a different performance category. It is much larger and heavier, with two powerful afterburning turbofan engines. Most analysts estimate its top speed to be in excess of Mach 2. Modern air combat is often won or lost based on who sees whom first. The aircraft's radar and avionics suite are its eyes and brain. The Philippine FA-50PH is equipped with a capable but modest sensor package. Its primary sensor is the Israeli-made EL-M2032, a mechanically scanned pulse Doppler radar. This type of radar works by physically moving a dish antenna to scan the sky. Diagram showing the difference between a mechanically scanned radar and an ESA radar. It is a proven and reliable system capable of detecting fighter-sized targets at ranges of approximately 100 kilometers, or about 62 miles. It can track multiple targets and guide air-to-air missiles. While a significant upgrade for the Philippine Air Force, it represents older, more conventional radar technology that is vulnerable to electronic jamming. China's J-20 Mighty Dragon, as a fifth-generation fighter, boasts a far more advanced sensor suite. Its centerpiece is a large, active, electronically scanned array radar. This allows it to scan vast volumes of airspace almost instantaneously, track a large number of targets with extreme precision, and resist enemy jamming attempts. A fighter jet is only as deadly as the weapons it carries. The Philippine FA-50PH is armed for air-to-air, air-to-ground. For air combat, its primary weapon is the AIM-9 Sidewinder, which is a short-range infrared homing or heat-seeking missile. This is a highly reliable and proven dogfighting missile, effective within visual range, typically under 20 kilometers. However, the current FA-50PH fleet is not yet equipped with beyond visual range missiles, which rely on radar guidance to hit targets 50 kilometers away or more. This is a critical limitation, forcing the FA-50 pilot to get, dangerously close to an enemy to score a kill. The aircraft also has an internal 20mm cannon for close-in fighting. The role of the FA-50PH within the Philippine Air Force is primarily defensive. It is the nation's frontline interceptor, tasked with patrolling Philippine sovereign airspace and responding to unidentified aircraft. Its job is to show the flag and challenge incursions into the country's Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ. In a conflict, its roles would expand to include providing air cover for naval vessels, providing air cover for ground troops, as well as conducting light precision strikes against ground or sea targets using guided bombs and rockets. China's doctrine for its fighters is far more ambitious and offensive in nature. The J-20 Mighty Dragon is a strategic asset designed to achieve air dominance. Its stealth allows it to penetrate deep into contested airspace to perform these missions. Direct combat between Philippine and Chinese jets has fortunately never occurred. However, the training, exercises, and real-world encounters that have taken place provide valuable insights into their respective capabilities and readiness. The Philippine Air Force pilots, for the FA-50PH, undergo a rigorous training program, often with assistance from international partners. A key part of their training involves joint exercises like Balikatan with the United States. During these drills, PAF pilots have the opportunity to fly alongside and against advanced American aircraft, F-22 Raptor, F-16 Fighting Falcon, exposing them to modern air combat tactics and the limits of short-range armament and older radar. The primary strength of the Philippine Air Force's FA-50PH lies in its modernity and cost-effectiveness. It is a new platform with a solid airframe, a modern cockpit, and a reliable engine. For a nation with a limited budget, it provides a respectable supersonic capability for air policing and light attack. Its agility could make it a dangerous opponent in a close-range, visual-range engagement, if it can get that close. Another key strength is growing interoperability with the United States military. In a conflict involving the U.S., the FA-50s could act as valuable junior partners, integrated into a larger coalition air campaign, benefiting from American intelligence and network support. However, the weaknesses are profound. No beyond visual range missiles and a mechanically scanned radar outclassed by Chinese ACEs. The small fleet size, just 12 aircraft, means limited depth. Any losses would rapidly degrade capability. It is a force for peacetime policing, not high-intensity war against a peer adversary. China's strengths are the mirror opposite. Overwhelming numbers, hundreds of modern J-16s and a growing fleet of J-20s. Technologically, its aircraft are a generation ahead. Speed, range, radars, and weapons. The PL-15 in particular gives Chinese pilots massive standoff reach. Beyond jets, the PLAF plugs into satellites, AEWNC, and a vast ground-based air defense network, creating a system of systems. Yet it lacks recent combat experience, and there are questions around some domestically produced systems, especially engines. In a long, high-attrition war, sustaining these assets could strain logistics, though not likely decisive against the Philippines. In any hypothetical one-on-one dogfight, the outcome is heavily dependent on the scenario. In a close-range turning fight within visual range, an expert Philippine pilot in a nimble FA-50PH could potentially hold their own against a larger, less agile J-16. The skill and training of the individual pilot would become a decisive factor. However, this scenario is exceedingly unlikely in modern warfare. The reality is that the fight would almost certainly be a beyond visual range engagement, and, on that metric, the conclusion is unavoidable. The Chinese J-20 and J-16 would have an overwhelming and decisive advantage. Their ability to see first, and shoot from farther away is a trump card that the FA-50PH simply cannot counter. Expanding to the broader strategic picture, air power is a system of systems, sensors, platforms, weapons, networked and coordinated. AEWNC aircraft like the KJ-500 would provide a god's eye view, detecting Philippine jets long before they take off. Ground-based long-range SAMs on the mainland and fortified islands would further restrict FA-50 operations. In the opening 24 to 48 hours, strikes and PL-15 sweeps would aim to neutralize the PAF as a coherent fighting force.